Welcome back to the Paul Shealy Jr. story. When we left off, police just identified a body in the creek that suffered from a single gunshot wound. Now, they quickly started to bag and recover any evidence that was found with or on the body, so they sent divers into the creek. They were able to recover a 5x7 rug, a green cloth, a shower curtain, needle nose pliers, a set of eyeglasses, and a gold chain. However, they were not able to find any ID which would help them to identify the person who had suffered from the gunshot wound. They immediately sent the body to Duval County to the medical examiner to perform an autopsy in hopes of determining the cause of death, but also maybe identifying prints that would help them to know who was the victim of this crime. On March 1st, 2001, the autopsy was completed and it was confirmed that the victim suffered from a single gunshot wound to the head, and the cause of death was ruled as a homicide. The gun used was a .380 pistol. Medical examiners do run prints, and they're able to confirm that the body is Paul Shealy Jr. They run his name through a system to see if there was a missing persons report filed, and it was not. They were able to reach out to Paul Shealy Jr.'s mother, and she was completely distraught, as you can imagine. Now, Paul Shealy had a half-brother, and detectives wanted to question him. They needed to find out what was going on in Paul's life prior to his disappearance, which ultimately ended in his murder. His half-brother tells police, like, hey, my brother was very flashy and carried a lot of money, so maybe this was like a robbery gone wrong. Police then started to suspect if he was a drug dealer, which is like, what? But his brother was able to deny that and just said that Paul was a guy who liked to go out and have a good time. But Paul hadn't been out since he had been in this new relationship with this woman named Alicia Lee. Detectives turned their attention to his girlfriend, Alicia. They go and tell her that, Paul is dead. She tells them, I already know, I found out. I am completely distraught. She seemed very upset. And she told police that the last day she saw Paul was 3 days prior to his body being found. Paul had told her that he was going on a business trip, which was very typical of their relationship. She mentioned to police that Paul carried two .380 automatic pistols and he called them twins. She also mentioned that they just suffered a robbery at their home and these weapons were missing. Stay tuned for part 3.